Since I go from a great album, let's go to a shitty album. Let's go to some crap, all right? This way it gives us a flip, you know what I mean? Fat Joe and Dre, Family Ties. There's a video out for one of the songs, and I lost some of my life, though, watching it. And, you know, typical R&B-like production. Terrible. But I'm using Fat Joe and the Family Ties album to make some points. It's not really to talk about this album. I don't expect you to get it. Go on YouTube, listen to it. If you like it, well, I don't know what to say. But using this album as a tool for certain thoughts I have. I see this a lot. And I see this more so because, you know, if you listen to MCs, good and bad, they're always on their give their roses while they're alive, this and that. So it could be the reason why I see people always saluting Fat Joe every time he releases something for being a great guy. I'm not saying he isn't. Who keeps him and his team, right, paid with hits. And by hits, I mean badly made songs that everyone dances to and become cult classics in Miami, right? And I think this is a part of the problem with hip-hop. You know, we have to be a little disassociated on purpose when we think about music because there are great MCs that have put out works and I was willing to criticize them. And it might be, you know, and it might be funny, jabbing, and cruel, but it's got what I call the earth, wind, and fire, the reasons, essentially. And it's still, to me, I'll say and stand by it as fair. That said, Joe, who I think is a very dope MC, you know, has been crossing over since the dark ages, those 2000s, and is one of the greatest examples as an addendum to what the dilution of the 90s MC looked like. You know what I mean? And his work and the spoiled blessings that come with working music as product that way. Because we can't say anything else about Joe without saying that he has been reaping the benefits of making worse music. Crime really does pay. You know what I mean? Crime pays. And his career expanded as opposed to coil, as I often do listening to these albums that kept coming out. You know, Potential Wasted, a good track here, a whole bunch of loaded filler there, pop filler, you know, cliche songs of the day. This decade's new pop rappers, you know, they go straight into the pop trap in its worst form. But with Fat Joe, if you study him, you can see how he holds to the transition of it all. You know, he still has to actually rap, and Fat Joe still can rap somewhat. By rap, I mean what Fat Joe has good. Hold a powerful voice, keep in a respectful pocket. You know, he's got a decent enough flow, and express emotion. And the things he really only could do and did very well, he did and still does, as evidenced by Digging in the Crate's last group album, the very, very strong Digging in the Crate Studios in 2016. So there's no excuse for him not making great work every time. But Family Ties, I gotta say, is a typical weak pop album that will let people pretend rich, smoke hookah hedonistically while they get fades in the said Dykeman Street Barbary Club. You know what I mean? But for those that care to see the differences in great music and how the actual format of pop versions of hip-hop constrict, check out and listen to the sloppiness that's heaven and hell, the way it uses Wendy Reen's After the Laughter. And I'm not snitching here because those great dry snitchers of whosampled.com, they have snitched on all of Wu-Tang 36 Chambers album a long time ago. Everybody knows those. You know what I mean? They've been paid for a long time ago. But it really highlights how the drum and bass of the trap beat format never seems to marry well with actual samples of music of a longer measure. And that's why like a soul sample sounds very, very awkward when you hear stuff like this. You know what I mean? And it sounds like the track was made like a sandwich. Let me describe this sandwich for you. You know, you can cue up the song, take a moment, cue it up, check it out. But this sandwich is like literally one slice Wendy Reen whale chops, then the burnt burger of Fat Joe's loud rap, because he has to yell through it all because it's overloaded, right? So it's a burnt burger. Then you have the iceberg lettuce call and response flossing, right? No real nutritional value there. Then you have the odd and annoying 1,000 beats per second egg timer hi-hat pickles thrown in, all wrapped in a cheesy sauce snare and a slice of crusted over-bass drumming that tops the sandwich. It's a sandwich that falls apart the minute you pick it up, and you're left with a bad taste for something they could have done much better with. And when you say, look, it sounds good, it's because Wendy Reen's sample always sounds dope. And if you want to see, you know what's funny? Is on this very album where you could hear how a big bass drum beat can actually be made in quality hip-hop. Okay? And the song I'm thinking about on this album, Family Ties, is Pulling. Yes, I know, it has Lil Wayne on it, though, so there's demerits there already. But if you listen to the song, it sticks to musical backdrops on these type of drums, but they keep it simple. See, to me, the trap drum format can only hold very, very simple instrumentation. So here, it just has like menacing strings, a very quick menacing string, and some keyboard tinkering that's very loud and pierces through, as they often do. So these type of bass drum tracks haven't been figured out for greater music sampling measures, but they actually have a good rhythm, as seen on this song Pulling. It's really a dope rhythm, and the pocket is groove ready, you know, and the song works. It's a dope song, actually. I was surprised by it, and because the album really is not good to me. And it's funny, this song would have actually worked on the Digging in the Crates album as well. Who knows? It might have been a beat that was for that, but he took it. But essentially, it's an album that you'll listen, you'll have fun with it, and it'll be discarded, you know. And I won't even make too much mention about the blasphemy of using Hector Lavoe's classic anything level, but his classic Aguanile chant on a terrible track with Cardi B. I mean, it's just blasphemy. You know what I mean? It can't. You know what I mean? Boricuas cringed everywhere. You know what I mean? All over the world.